As a taxi driver, I see the city in a different way. Driving through its streets, I catch glimpses of people's lives, moments of joy, moments of sadness, and everything in between. Every passenger has their own story, even if it's hidden. Tonight I want to share one of those stories with you. It's a story about loneliness and the quiet struggle for connection in a busy world. This is The Weight of Silence. It was a calm night, with city lights reflecting off the streets. The air was cool, and only a few people wandered the sidewalks, heading home or to who knows where. Then, I saw a woman standing by the curb, lost in thought. She looked like she had the weight of the world on her shoulders. She got into the back seat, quietly shutting the door, and settled into the dim glow of the car. "Where to?" I asked, glancing at her in the mirror.
"Just drive,"
she replied, looking on something far away. Her silence was heavy, like she was carrying something she couldn't put into words. I drove through quiet streets, and she looked out the window, watching the city pass by. After a moment, I said, "It's a peaceful night."
"Yes, too peaceful."
She sighed. Her voice held a sadness that seemed to fill the car. I nodded. Sometimes the quiet can feel overwhelming, can't it?
"Yes." It's strange. I'm surrounded by people every day, but I feel invisible. Like no one really sees me.
She answered, her voice trembling slightly. I could feel her words. In a big city, it's easy to get lost, to be around people but feel completely alone. "Do you feel this way often?" I asked. She paused, considering.
Yes, even when I'm with friends, it feels like there's a wall between us. I laugh, I smile, but inside, it's empty.
Her honesty struck me, and I could tell she didn't get to share these thoughts often. I think a lot of people feel that way. We pretend everything's fine, but sometimes we're just hiding, I replied. She nodded, her expression softening, as though my words made sense.
I keep hoping someone will notice, but they never do. They think I'm strong, that I have everything together.
I glanced at her in the mirror. Is it hard to ask for help?
Yes, it feels like I should be able to handle things alone, like asking for help is weakness.
She looked down.
But I'm so tired of feeling this way. I want someone to see me, to know me, but I don't know how to let anyone in.
The city lights glowed softly around us as we drove. I thought about her struggle, about how hard it can be to open up. You know, just saying this out loud, that takes courage. Maybe that's the first step. She gave a faint smile, but there was still sadness there.
I hope you're right, but I feel like I'm stuck. The more I pull back, the harder it is to let people close.
I understood her loneliness. I had felt it too, at times. Sometimes it's about small steps. Starting with one honest conversation, letting a little light in, even if it's hard. She seemed to think about this as we drove past quiet streets.
Maybe, but I still wonder if anyone would really care.
I looked at her reflection in the mirror, seeing a faint glimmer of hope in her eyes. You'd be surprised. Most people want to connect, they're just afraid of being vulnerable. We rode in silence after that, but it felt lighter, like we understood each other. For a moment, we had shared a connection, even if it was brief. When we reached her stop, she lingered for a moment before opening the door.
Thank you, I think. I'll try to open up to someone.
Just one small step, I said, offering a warm smile. You're not as alone as you think. She nodded and stepped out into the night. As she walked away, a quiet warmth filled me. In that short ride, we both felt a bit less alone. And maybe the weight of silence had lifted, if only a little, for both of us.